Hi friends, this is class 10's syllabus as per ICSE. This is the regular syllabus and I'm not considering any reduction in syllabus, so I'm discussing the whole syllabus which is usually for any batch. So in class 10 economics, the first topic that you have to study is the productive mechanism. So what do you mean by this? What do you actually have in your syllabus? Let me just put it to you. The productive mechanism actually means, you know, under this you have to study factors of production. Okay, factors of production. So you have studied economics already in class 9, so class 10 is going to be a little built syllabus on what you have already studied in class 9. So here we have factors of production, and what do we understand by factors of production? I'll just name. uh, by now you should be familiar with these. If not, let's not be worried, we'll have all of it in detail in the later videos. But these the first few videos for class 10 are going to be only discussing the syllabus that you have to study, and this is very important. You have to know all the keywords that are going to be here in the syllabus. So factors of production will actually tell us the productive mechanism, that is how production takes place in an economy. So what are the factors we have? We have land, okay, we have labor, what else we have? We have capital, and we have entrepreneurship. Okay, entrepreneur, P-R-E-N-E-U-R, entrepreneur. It's a long spelling, but you have to be careful. Entro, E-N-T-R-E, entrepreneur. Okay. Now these are what are known as factors of production, and these factors of production actually determine the productive mechanism or how production takes place. Okay. So what we have to study here is their impact on the production structure in an economy. Their impact, like how do they affect the impact on production structure. Okay, production structure. Don't you worry, we are going to study all of it in detail. Just open your book and you will have it there. I'm just trying to give you a gist of what all you should have in mind when you start your chapter. Okay, so now the factors of production, you are expected to know these factors in a bit of detail. The first one is land, as we know. So what do we have to know in land? We have to know meaning and characteristics. Okay, and I'm just putting it as meaning and characteristics. Then you have to know productivity of land. Okay, productivity. All these are vital terms, so don't miss out on any of these. Okay, this productivity of land is, meaning you have to know. Then factors affecting productivity of land, factors which are affecting your land's productivity. This is number one. Number two we have to know here is labor. Okay, now I must tell you that you should study all of these properly in your textbook. Just don't look through any search engine and try to understand this. Please read your textbook properly, otherwise you may come up with very different interpretations of these factors of production. So labor, what do you understand by labor? Again, here you have to understand what is labor, you have to understand its meaning and characteristics. Okay, characteristics. What else you have to understand here? Division of labor. Now see, we are entering a very exciting world of economics, and mind it that whatever you are going to study here in class 10 is going to be your base, your backbone for whatever you are going to study at your graduation, be it commerce or economics or anything, maybe finance or banking, whatever. So you have to know these very well. So division of labor, I am writing this in caps. Okay, division of labor, very important. Okay, you'll realize why it's so important. Next thing you have to study is meaning, type and advantages, efficiency of labor, meaning, reasons for low efficiency of Indian labor. If you recall, in class 9 we were studying, you know, what kind of economy. If you were studying a kind of economy, you always had a reference, like you took India as a reference economy when you studied, you know, what kind of economies are there world over. So division of labor, I'm just moving with keywords here. Okay, you have to know the meaning, type, what does this mean, meaning. Okay, you have to know, uh, you know, type and advantages, what are the of types of it. Okay, type and advantages. Advantages of what? Advantages of this division of labor. What is, first of all, what is division of labor? Very important for you to understand. Efficiency of labor. Okay, what is called efficiency? Efficiency, this is not physics, mind it, this is economics. So efficiency of labor. Okay, this we have to know. What else we have in syllabus? We have to know the, you know, meaning, reasons for low efficiency of Indian labor. So the bottom line is we have to know Indian labor as reference. Indian labor, we have to take this as reference here. Okay, to understand the concept of labor here. Basically, the third important point which we have is as we wrote above, is tell me what it is. It is capital. Okay, capital, it's a big and an important word. What is capital? Okay, so now capital, people have different understanding of capital. Some will tell you that capital is actually the cash which is involved. Some will tell you this is the machinery which is involved in production. So I'm not going into details, but you have to understand what is capital. So this is why you have to understand what is meaning. Okay, meaning of capital, characteristics. Okay, characteristics. Then we have to know, you know, types of capital. Types of capital, what types? In types you have physical and financial capital. Okay, physical, financial capital. All right, easy, fair enough. Then you have meaning with examples. Okay, you have to know this and this, meaning and examples. We also have to know a process called capital formation. Okay, capital formation, nice word to hear, right? Meaning, we have to know again of this, what is capital formation. Process of capital formation, let me just put for you. You have to know meaning, you have to know process, and need for capital formation. Need for capital formation. Okay, and there is the fourth factor of production here, but which is, I think, why should only say, I should say that I think, which is indeed the most important factor here, because you may be having the first three. If you don't have this, you may not have the production mechanism running smoothly. I mean, there will not be perhaps production at all. What you need is, as we discussed above, entrepreneurship, entrepreneur. Okay, entrepreneur. So what is this? Again, you have to know the meaning. Okay, and then you have to know functions and role. Functions, what is the function of this entrepreneur? Okay, the, you know, the functions, it's plural, functions, and role of entrepreneur, and role, this we have to know. Okay, in what, in which context? In economic development. Okay, in economic development. Is that okay? So not really something very tough, but what is important is that when you study these factors of production, you have to know one how one differs from the other. So let me just go back to what we have just discussed here. This is the first part of your class 10 syllabus, the productive mechanism. This means you have to study factors of production, where you have land, you have labor, you have capital, and you have entrepreneur. Okay, then again under land, what we have to study under land, we have to study all these things like meaning and characteristic, productivity, factors, affecting productivity, factors affecting productivity. Next point you have is labor. Okay, labor, as in, as we understand, is people who work in a factory or in any kind of productive production process. So labor, you have to know here, the meaning of labor, characteristics of labor, and the most important part here, the concept. It's an economics concept, division of labor, very very important. You have to understand this, and in this you have to understand the meaning, the type, and advantages. Then you have to study efficiency of labor, and you have to bring in Indian labor as a reference when you are studying this part of the factor of production. We move on to the last two which you have to study here, and first let's take capital, which is third. Now again, this is going to be very interesting. Let me tell you, if you have a little interest in economics, in understanding how an economy functions, and this is going to be vital no matter whether you study, whether you go for MBA, whether you go for CA, whether you go for commerce, whatever. So capital, what is the meaning, the characteristics, the types, and the physical capital and financial capital, and capital formation, as in its meaning, process, need for capital formation. Why do we need capital formation in an economy? And the fourth one, this is an exciting thing for you. No matter what you do in life, everybody, or at least many people, if I say, I'm not wrong if I say that they all want to have their own startups, or they want to be entrepreneurs. That is how an entrepreneur, first let me tell you this, the meaning, the functions and role in economic development. And what you're going to study is that how an entrepreneur takes into account land, labor, capital, land, labor, capital together, and here the entrepreneur adds, and there comes something very very exciting, I must say, like production, right? So when there are these factors together and these get combined, what we get is a productive mechanism. Thanks for watching. Please share if you want, please subscribe to the channel if you want. Thank you so much.